What is going on, guys? It's your boy Scriv, and welcome back to the channel. So we got some interesting news that I do need to share with you guys, as a lot that we do need to talk about. But before we get into that, if this is your first time here on my channel, thank you guys for coming to spend a little bit of time with me. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you do enjoy the content of this video, make sure that you hit that like button and let all your family and friends know about this channel. Now, when it comes to the Power Rangers, we have a lot that is going on. That's just the best that I can say, a whole lot. And so now, with today's episode of TokuTalk, we are going to talk about just that, the 30th season anniversary, as well as the final season of the Power Rangers Legacy. Now, for all of you who are not aware of what is going on, we know that as of right now, Hasbro is in the process of filming Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 2, or the back half of Season 2, actually. So while we're waiting for those episodes to come out and hit Netflix, we are also getting a whole lot of news that is basically explaining what is going on with the 30th and the final season of Power Rangers that is coming out next year exclusively to Netflix. Now, the information that we do have is not necessarily a lot, but what it is kind of giving us some hints and clues and stuff like that. So everybody within the Power Ranger community are throwing out all kind of theories, ideas, and basically a lot that they do want to see to basically tie up all the loose ends when it comes to the final season. And that's me included, because, you know, Power Rangers came out back in 1993. I was about 4 or 5 years old, actually, when Power Rangers first came out. And so I had been a huge Power Ranger fan, like basically from the beginning, as well as a Sentai fan. Now, I will say I've actually been a Sentai fan pretty much for like the past, since 2010, I would say, like, yeah, about 2010, 2011 and stuff like that. And so with that being said, what we know so far is that with the 30th season, there was a lot of hints that have been basically kind of thrown out on Twitter over like the past year or so. One image that I happened to see on Twitter was an image of the Q Rangers. Now, for all of you who don't know about the Q Rangers, the Q Ranger is the Sentai, Uchu Sentai Q Ranger, which came out, don't quote me on this, I think it came out back in 2016, either 2016, 2017. So it's been about, yeah, about 6-7 years and whatnot. And so it was a zodiac constellation themed. So it was actually Sentai's very first space themed Sentai. Now, when Hasbro released that image talking about the future of the Power Rangers, when they released that tweet about a year or two ago, everybody was like, okay, are y'all adapting Q Ranger? You know, what's going on? Now, the good thing that I will say about Q Ranger, or if Power Rangers were adapting Q Ranger, is that, okay, we're getting a authentic space themed Sentai adaptation. And so, you know, it would be nice to, you know, kind of have Power Rangers bring in the astrological sense and everything of, you know, incorporating the what's the word I'm looking for? The constellations and stuff like that. Now, the bad side of that is that Q Ranger basically was a 12 Ranger team. And so Power Rangers did try to do that when they adapted, it was Dino Charge and everything for us, but the Sentai name is kind of slipping my mind right now and whatnot, just because, you know, I'm kind of excited about talking about all this. So a little bit of information and everything that I do have scripted that I am trying to talk about is kind of slipping my mind right now. But with Dino Charge, it was a 10 to 12, member cast and whatnot. So the bad side of that is that Dino Charge really couldn't do a thorough character development when it came to so many characters. And I see that if Power Rangers was to adapt Q Ranger, they will run into the same issues. And so we do have confirmation of what the new storyline for the 30th season of Power Rangers is. Now, for the little bit of information that we know is that this particular season is going to be I believe is going to be I'll say a 6 to 8 episode season. It's going to be extremely short, but it is going to be over 47 minutes long. So basically about an hour, which is, actually a good, amount of time to actually tell a good, decent story. Now, from the little bit of information that we do know is that there's going to be a new lead cast member, an Asian woman that goes by the name of Yen. I think her name is either Yen or Ren. I think it's Yen. And so now what we also know is that they are going to adapt the suits from last year's Sentai, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. Now, the only suit that we know that's officially going to be adapted is a Zenkaiger outfit. Now, when it comes to the other Zenkaigers like the Kikanoids, I don't see them adapting that and whatnot. But I also can see, now there's a rumor that the actor that played Troy in Megaforce and Super Megaforce will come back for these episodes. And it does seem, rumor-wise, that he will basically take on the form of Zenkaiger's Two Kaiser. And so Two Kaiser, the suit design was basically a complete copy and paste of the Zenkaiger outfits. It's just that Two Kaiser's suit is basically a gold Gokaiger outfit. So we can see that, theory-wise, if Troy was to come back, that he would have a different adaptation of his Super Megaforce outfit. Now, one thing that we also know is that David Yost, who played Billy in the first 4 seasons of the Power Ranger franchise, he is coming back to reprise his role as Billy. And when I tell you, I am so excited for that, because we have not seen David reprise his role as Billy ever since he left Zeo. Now, we all know why David left at the time. For all of you who don't know, David Yost in real life, he is a part of the LGBTQ community. And so back then, before, being openly homosexual was basically welcomed, he has said that he just walked off set in the middle of filming because a lot of the directors, producers, and stuff like that were making fun of him because of his sexuality. So he walked off and just did not look back. And so now he is coming back to reprise his role as Billy. And so another theory that we also have is that he is also doing a very short limited series called Power Rangers Quantum Continuum. And so he is also bringing back the original cast. Austin St. John, who played Jason, Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly, Walter Emmanuel Jones as Zach, and then he himself, David Yost, to play Billy. Now, we don't know if Jason Frank is going to come back to reprise his role as Tommy. We don't know if David extended an invitation to him, to which me personally, I don't see why he wouldn't come back, because any opportunity that Jason Frank has to play his role as Tommy, he's always there. But then at the same time, mind you, I love Jason Frank. I love him as Tommy, but I do think that he does need to take a back seat and let everybody else have their time to shine and whatnot. So I don't know if he actually is coming back. If he does, awesome. If not, I really can't say that I will miss him if he doesn't. So we are kind of, us in the Power Ranger community, we are kind of putting the pieces together of, okay, is the Quantum Continuum series going to take place within the same universe as Hasbro's Power Rangers, or is it in a totally separate universe all on its own? And so we don't know if the 30th season is going to be a pilot season for the Quantum Continuum. But if it is, I would love to see just exactly what they will do with it, how they will go about it. Now, one thing, one of my theories, I don't know if anybody else has a theory like this, or if anybody else within the Power Ranger and Sentai community is, kind of thinking like this. But the way that I see the Quantum Continuum story happening is, if the 30th season of Power Rangers is a pilot season for Quantum Continuum, with the new lead Asian actress that's playing Yin, I would like to see, okay, with the story, if it's going to take place in the same original Mighty Morphin universe, let them take notes from the Boom Studio comics. So we know that in Power Rangers, Jason, Trini, and Zach were offered to go to a peace conference treaty and stuff like that. That's why they left. Of course, we all know that the reason why the original actors left was over pay disputes and stuff like that. So that's just how they wrote the characters off. Now, what Boom Studios did in the comics is that Jason, Trini, and Zach, they were basically chosen by Zordon to become the Omega Rangers. And so they went off to fight in space and stuff like that with different galactic threats. And so the space battles and stuff like that is what happened behind the scenes. But yet the peace treaty was just a front for everybody to think that this is what's going on and whatnot. That way nobody will kind of question where Jason, Trini, and Zach left off to and whatnot, because they've just been gone for so long. Now, if they kind of pick up from Boom Studios, then let David Yost's story of the Quantum Continuum be a continuation of that, to where now this is how I see this story going. Yin, who is going to be the new lead character, let her be the daughter of Trini. Now, they incorporate the Omega Rangers into the live action Power Rangers universe. And so come to find out that Trini wind up dying on the battlefield in the line of duty. So that's how they will basically explain where Trini is and what happened to Trini, knowing that here in real life, the actress Tui Twine wound up passing away back in 2001. 2001. And so now the thing is, David Yost did say that the entire original Mighty Morphin cast is coming back, as well as Trini, but he never said exactly how he was going to tell Trini's story, or if what actress was going to play Trini or anything like that. So we're still kind of wondering, okay, how is this all going to go down? But I would like to see that they incorporate the Omega Rangers. Trini basically died on the front lines, so her daughter Yin is basically taking up the mantle as a Power Ranger to basically honor her mother's name and legacy. That's how I personally want to see it. But then also at the same time, that's how they incorporate the Q Ranger storyline and whatnot, bring in the Q Ranger suits and basically have different galactic rangers, from other planets and stuff. Now, we've seen other rangers from different planets, like the alien rangers and whatnot. Technically, the Lost Galaxy Rangers would technically be other, planetary rangers, seeing how the powers originated on Miranoi. Even though 5 Earthlings were the ones that adapted the powers, but technically the Lost Galaxy powers are of another planet. So let's incorporate, and then even Andros from Power Rangers in Space. Even though he is human, he's not from Earth. He's from KO-35. So we know that there's other Rangers on different planets. So let's world build like that. And so I, was just kind of going off of, different theories, different, plot points of what they can do, incorporating Boom Studio Comics and everything, doing this particular Sentai adaptation, because come to find out that for the 30th season of Power Rangers, actually Dino Fury is the last Sentai season that Hasbro is going to adapt from Sentai. So as of the 30th season, they're doing completely original stories, completely original suits, basically everything original. As of next year, Power Rangers will be its very own franchise without having no partnership with Toei, having no partnership with Tokusatsu, Sentai, or anything like that. And so I just wanted to, kind of get my thoughts out there and whatnot, just saying that this is what I want to see. Like, incorporate Q Ranger, because Q Ranger is one of my favorite Sentais and stuff like that. I love the suit designs. I love the constellation themed and whatnot. I love basically, how they went about it. And so the fact that David Yost is doing his own Power Ranger season, he's coming back for the 30th season, as well as the other original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger actors. That is just something that I want to see. And like, even though I'm 34, I'm dead ass excited for this. Like, the little child in me is just excited to see what is getting ready to happen. And when it's going to be childhood nostalgia all over again. And so I want to know, what do you guys think? Like, what's your theories when it comes to how the 30th season of Power Rangers is going to be? What do you think the story is going to be about? What do you think the Quantum Continuum story is going to be about? I would love to start this conversation in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think and whatnot. I'm going to end this video here. I just wanted to get this off my chest and let you guys, basically into my mindset of how this could possibly be and whatnot. So this has been your boy Scrib, and I will see you guys next week.